Executive Director of the Amerindian People's Association, Jean LaRose, says for too long, the indigenous people of Guyana have been overlooked and their ways of life and beliefs frowned upon or even mocked at. She is also saying that the country's education system needs adjustments so that children can be taught to respect differences.
Article 149G of the Constitution protects our rights to our way of life, and our dress is a part of our way of life. I think there is a lack of information surrounding who we are as a people in our education system, in the formal and informal education system, where a page or a paragraph wouldn't suffice.
Ms. LaRose during an exclusive interview with Nightly News about the rights of indigenous peoples and discrimination they may face from time to time. She stated that when persons who are not of indigenous descent visit interior locations, the indigenous folks do not discriminate against their style of dress or how they look, and that's why persons should respect indigenous folks also.
When our people come to the city and we're exposed to an environment like Georgetown, coming from a clean environment where you have the mountain breeze or the savanna breeze and so forth, and come to Georgetown, what word can I say? To the environment, it's a shock to the environment that you're accustomed to, and likewise, certain way people dress and behave, it's a shock to the way our people behave as well in some instances, right? And so our people have to understand, but it's also important that other people understand who we are, where we come from, and the rest of it.
According to the APA's executive director, with regard to schools, indigenous children are taught one way because of how the curriculum has been developed. And some of these teachings are not about things that indigenous children know about, yet they have to accept whatever they are taught in a classroom.
Meaning their environment, their ways of life, their culture, and the rest of it. And some of it is lost in that manner. And that's the same thing that is taught to people who do not even understand, who do not even know who we are and what is important to us, right? And therefore you get a watered down process. Obviously, people will not attach any importance to it in the way that we see to it as well. You know, it comes from our children learning. These same children will turn into adults. And if they're taught the wrong thing, then the adults will teach the children coming up the wrong thing.
Ms. LaRose added that any education system, albeit formal or informal, should allow teachers to help educate and train the students in behaviors that promote tolerance and acceptance of one's differences.
We have to respect each other's culture. We have to respect the way people dress. It may be different, but it's who we are and it's what we're most comfortable with. Right? We have to respect our foods. It's what we eat, and it's what we're most comfortable with.
Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen Macklingam.